What's going on, guys? This is Vince with vshred.com, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to squat with no back pain at all. All right, so when it comes to squatting, those of you who are finding it that you get a bunch of back pain either while you're squatting or after you're squatting, you have to try to nail it down to what the main cause of the pain is. And typically, I'm not going to say in all cases, because there are a bunch of different cases that the pain could be coming from, pain could be stemming from, but typically it's from an imbalance of either muscles or just your diaphragm in general. So what I want to take you guys through is just a checklist that you guys should be doing every single time you go to squat before every single rep, and this is going to make sure that your body is symmetrical, make sure that your diaphragm is in line with how it's supposed to be. That way you're not pinching one side of your body more than the other or one muscle more than the other. So and then also I'm going to show you one thing that you need to avoid at all costs, and I'm going to give you a little hint. Whenever people say that when you squat you need to go ass to grass, that is a complete lie. That is false. That is what will cause injuries. That may be the root cause of what your back pain is stemming from right now, and that is just because of what is called the butt wink. When you're going down to do a squat, what happens is you want to be keeping your pelvis in a neutral position where your butt isn't out. We're in an anterior tilt. A lot of times people think that they need to be sticking their butt out as far as possible, and this is actually over exaggerating what you actually need to be doing. The first thing you need to make sure is that your butt is curved under your body and your pelvis is in a neutral position. And what happens is when you go down to squat, once you get low enough, you lose pelvic neutral and your hips actually start being pulled forward, and it causes the muscles in your back to lengthen more than what they should be being lengthened at all. They should be just staying neutral, staying in a relaxed state, staying tight because you're doing a squat, but they should not be being lengthened by your hips rolling forward, and that could be the cause of your back pain. So that's just the first tip, what I want you guys to avoid. Now let's get into the checklist of what I want you guys to go through every single time you go into a squat. Now, the first thing, like I mentioned, is that you want to make sure your body is symmetrical. So the first thing you want to do is make sure that your feet are just about shoulder width apart, and you want to make sure that they are at the same exact point outward. So your toes want to be a slight point outwards, and then you don't want to have one more than the other, because of just this little difference right here where one foot is just a little bit more outwards than the other foot. That's going to cause this knee to drive way out. It's going to cause too much external hip rotation, and that could cause a bunch of problems on its own. So you want to make sure your feet are exactly symmetrical. From here, what you want to do is make sure that your pelvis is tucked under. You actually do not want your pelvis to be back like this, because this is in a weakened position. You want this to be tight and strong and tucked under. And then from here, what you want to do is make sure that your shoulders, your scapula is retracted. So you want to pull your shoulder back and depress it. That way you are just opening up your shoulder. That way you can stick your chest out when you're going to do a squat. And then from here, you're going to go through that little checklist. Feet neutral, butt tucked under, shoulders back. And then from here, what you're going to really focus on is leading with your pelvis in a neutral position the whole way, trying to open up. And then once you feel yourself losing that neutral pelvic position, that's when you go back up. So you're going to start just like this. You're going to go down. When you lose pelvic neutral is when you go back up. A lot of times that's going to be just at 90 degrees with your legs. People think that you need to go down all the way down here, and that right there, I could feel that in my lower back. It's called your quadratus lumborum. It's right in the middle of your back that's going to be getting pulled when your pelvis starts getting pulled forward at the bottom of your squat when you get that butt wink. So feet symmetrical, shoulder width apart, tuck your pelvis under, roll your shoulders back when you're going down. And also another thing is people say that your knees can't go in front of your toes when you're doing a squat. They say that your knees have to be back behind, and that is also bullshit. So you don't want to go ass to grass. Your knees will be going in front of your toes if you're doing this properly. And so make your feet symmetrical, tuck your pelvis, back, shoulders back. You're gonna go down just to where you're gonna lose that neutral pelvic position and back up. Same thing, make sure you're tucked under. And then when you're at the top, the other thing is that when you're at the top, you don't want to stay in this position where you're squatting down and coming back up. Every single time you come up to the top, you want to overemphasize tucking that pelvis under your back, putting it into a neutral position, going down into a squat, back up, tucking your pelvis, down into a squat, back up, tucking your pelvis. And if you go through that checklist, every single time you go to squat, you make sure that you're symmetrical. You're tucking your pelvis under. You're making sure that your shoulders are rolled back and you're not going down so far to where you lose pelvic neutral, where your pelvis actually starts getting pulled forward and you actually start extending or stretching out your quadratus lumborum. That is when you're going to start squatting without any kind of lower back pain while you're doing the exercise and after you do the exercise. So try this out next time you guys are going to do squats. And if it works for you, please make sure to come back to this video. If you guys learned anything, give it a thumbs up for me. That does not go unnoticed. Makes me know that you like these kind of videos. Other than that, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them in the comment section below. If you guys want any more fitness tips, I created a free fitness survey where you basically answer a couple of questions about yourself that help me figure out what your body type is, what your metabolic rate is, what the smartest type of training and dieting is for your body. And then it spits out 3 free tips that you can start using today. And then after that, it recommends a program that is right for your specific body type. To check out that free quiz, you can check it out by clicking the link in the description below. Other than that, guys, don't forget to click that subscribe button down there so you're getting notified when I'm releasing a new video. Other than that, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.